man, it's the best. Mike,
Dude,
check,
I remember
Mike,
when
check.
that first came out.
Dude,
Like, that was my
Check,
time.
check.
I'm
One,
going to be
two,
44
check.
this year. You're only a few years older.
No, I'm 52.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You look great.
Shit.
Thanks.
You look great. Not a wrinkle in it.
That's the
yeah.
That's the benefit of having a fat face. It
Feels-
doesn't
it's
wrinkle.
a self-filler.
Yeah, it's a filler.
Nice.
You guys, you're gonna look old because you got a thin face. You're in shape. That's on you.
Black don't crack. He's gonna look great. Hey guys, welcome. Tune in for In the Studio. I'm your host Levi, and we got a special group of guests here. I want to say thanks for coming out. Tune in, kick back. If you're on the road, you're commuting, or if you're just checking out, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash that subscribe and like button. Share with your friends, and we love comments. But today we have a great group of individuals, very funny, very brilliant. Actor, stand-up comedian Greg Wilson is in the building right here.
Uh-huh.
And we also have stand-up comedian, very funny lady, Tania Estrada is in. Tania Estrada's in the building. And for our musical guest today, we got Texamill. Yeah, very talented, and he's also an actor as well. But his music is amazing. So we want to say thanks for coming in the studio. We're just sitting here just talking about stuff, and recently we were just talking about Hollywood Jesus passing away, and how that was a bummer. And I don't know if you've ever run into this guy, but he's quite the character.
So fun start to the podcast.
Yeah, death of Jesus, the death of Hollywood Jesus. Well,
Jesus died again, gang.
Hollywood loves
I
that.
hope you got in your requests. So
Yeah, he was sad. He's like 7 feet tall. He was tall.
he was a pretty tall dude.
Yeah, man. But we want to say thanks for coming over, Greg. I was. We have a
So
quick call.
Tania is in court right now. That's how much I love Tania. That's how much Tania loves me. She showed up, even though she has to do a court appearance today. Oh, via the phone, so it's not like she has to. Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, she's checked in.
yeah,
Okay.
it's guilty, and let's move forward and pay the Was it a traffic?
All right, keep
was it
going.
a traffic ticket, Tanya?
Yeah, I'm checked in.
Were you?
I'm
Are you a
good.
speed
Yeah,
demon?
I
Are
was.
you-
I was. You know what? In my defense, it was
Yeah,
the
let's
first
hear your
time.
side of the court.
It was the first time I ever witnessed a kidnapping in Mexico. So I
Are you
was on my
serious?
I was on my way home, and
Wait.
yeah, it was a whole thing. And
A
and I
real
was
child or like an adult?
an adult.
Oh man,
Yeah,
how much are those going for these days?
I don't know. They didn't leave a tag.
So they kidnapped him. So they kidnapped him. Was there like a ransom or anything? You witnessed it. Were you just like doing your thing?
Yeah,
This is real.
I witnessed it on the
No
on
way.
the freeway, on the free road, like at 1:30 in the afternoon, like on a Monday, like random,
Mm-hmm.
And every time I take
Look at
him
me,
to
I'm all like,
meetings-
right? Some guy got kidnapped. How about that?
Yeah, they just grab him. What they do?
yeah, they pulled him out of his car, and they had him on the ground, and
Were they speaking
Yeah.
Spanish?
no, I
was
couldn't see
Mexico,
that. I
so-
couldn't see that, but the dude had like he moved, and he had this big old long gold plated gun. Like I was all, I'm like, that's not the Cruz
That's
Roja.
the cartel. Right.
And so, they ended up throwing him in the back of the car, and some guy got, in his car and drove away. And
Valet service.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was-
the cartel
yeah.
valet.
It's the right thing.
They're going to go park the car and make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
it's.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good tag. Could she have that tag?
Tag?
Valet service?
Oh yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
That works.
Mexico valet. That's right. So okay. So is that person still missing? Is there a
I
reward?
don't know. I came home.
To be clear, that's not what she has to do phone court for.
Right. You're not an accessory
Wait,
for
I'm so
kidnapping.
Right, because otherwise we'd
How
have
are
to like
you
blur
doing
out
this
her
over the
face.
phone
And,
right
it'd be like a whole other thing. Also, by the way, I'm not wearing sunglasses to be pretentious. I had them on, then I took them off, and it's very bright, and we just got high, and my eyes were like
It's very
shrinking, and
Hollywood
I'm like,
of you.
I'm
You
just
look
gonna put these
great.
back on.
I
Greg,
think
you look
glasses
great.
look good
Yeah, it
on
was very cool.
TV when, you're famous. So
You are,
Exactly,
yeah.
and that's
famous.
why I'm explaining, because
Yeah.
I'm not famous.
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
you are.
Yes, you
You're
are.
so
You're
awesome.
a
I've done things
legend.
famous people do.
You were there.
Exactly. I was
You-
right next to the famous
Dude, you're
people
so
doing the famous thing.
Man, you know who I used to have the biggest crush on that you worked with is Paris Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. How was she on set?
Dude, Paris is so nice, dude. Everyone wanted her to be a bitch. It was like, I hate to tell you, she's not a bitch. She's awesome.
Dude, she's so awesome.
She's always super cool.
Yeah.
If she knows you. And she used to come to my comedy shows in New York, actually.
Really? She's-
Before, when she was just a celebutante. We did this big show called the Madhouse in Times Square, and she would come quite frequently. So I kind of knew her, And then I got the job in her movie, and she was like, "Oh my God, Greg, I can't believe it's you." I was like, "It's me."
That's awesome. Oh, dude, that is awesome.
In fact, somewhere there's a video. I think it's on my YouTube. They were doing a press junket, and the reviewer was like, "Greg Wilson, hottie or naughty?" And Paris was like, "Oh, hottie, total hottie." And I was like, "I love you, man. You're the best."
That's so funny. That's awesome, man. Man, I'm so happy for all your successes, and you're still doing stand up. You know, you're having all
Of
these
course.
big, you know, and you do your workshops, and
Yes.
I want to touch on that because, you know, I'm going to be definitely a student of yours, Greg, and I've told
thank
you.
you, brother.
Oh, absolutely. And I studied under Brad Garrett. You know,
Sure.
we all have egos in comedy.
Yeah.
I'm going to let go of my ego. You know, and I
Yeah.
want you to.
Well, I actually say that it's one of the reasons comedy education is always done so poorly, because think about the ego it takes just to try stand up.
Right. Yeah, you have to
Just
be
to
like,
try it, you have to
Right.
think to yourself, my thoughts are so genius.
I'm the funniest one in
People
the room.
need to pay to hear them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay? That's what you're thinking. You're like, oh yeah, no, people need to pay to hear this. So there's already this tremendous amount of ego that goes into it. And so that's kind of both benefits you in that it can propel you forward, but it also hurts you because it will keep you from getting good at, of course, there wasn't a lot of good education for a long time. So, but from actually helping yourself. You know?
Did you have any mentors coming up through the ranks?
I had other comics try to mentor me.
It's tough, right?
But my ego was entirely too large to be mentored. I was like, "You want to mentor me? I want to mentor you."
Right,
you know,
right,
like
right. Yeah.
I was like, "There's only one star in this conversation."
That's right. You're funny.
Just to be clear.
That's right. You're
And
funny.
it's me.
That's right. Yeah. Give me the money.
Exactly. Like I'll mentor you.
That's
okay?
it.
When I'm waving from the top. And that shit didn't happen. Here we are.
Hey, welcome back to Narcissist TV.
Yeah.
And
We like to-
then you realize, oh, I guess I gotta work hard.
Yeah. Dude, you're a hard worker, man. You're a hard worker in show
I
biz.
try to be. I really do.
Oh man, you got so much going on. Tanya, what's going on with you? You got what's going on with you besides you have any shows coming up soon? You want to highlight?
Yeah.
Where do you like to
I
perform?
do. Well, I'm at the Laugh Factory on Wednesdays with Paul Rodriguez for the Spanglish show. But
dope.
I'm doing this show on April 1st. It's called with Chicano Hollywood called Comedy, Comida and Cultura,
Okay.
which is food,
This
comedy
is gonna
and
help
culture.
my Spanish listeners. This is sexy.
And I think I just confirmed Paul Rodriguez as my headliner. So it's going to be a benefit for my Yachts for Veterans. Yeah, they just confirmed Paul Rodriguez is going to headline it. So, and it's going to be
The legend.
The legend, and it's going to be a 6-course meal prepared by Chef Melissa Ramsey. It's going to be a whole experience, and each food is going to highlight each comic's favorite food, and it's going to be served like in a fine dining setting. So
You're gonna have a whole plate of pussy when I'm there.
yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
I don't think it's in the budget.
I'm so sorry.
The clam
She
around here.
said,
You know
every
what?
comic's favorite food.
You know what'd be funny?
sorry, I couldn't
I
help
know
it.
what I'll do. We'll serve 50 pieces of stepped-on gum.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. They don't know the joke. That's
That's his
Oh
joke.
well,
my
yeah.
joke. It's my joke
Cat's
from
out the
before we
bag.
started recording.
His joke. Total tag for him. But yes.
Well, that's great
Gum.
news, man.
So I'm doing that. It's $100, but it's tax deductible. So we're asking like the business owners that want to come and police officers, firemen that want to come and enjoy the show. And
I could dress
bring
up
their
in a
honey
fireman
out.
or
Yeah.
a cop or doctor,
Dress
whatever
up.
you
Yeah,
want.
it's gonna be a great event. And then we don't know who the liquor sponsor is. But
I've been all of those.
Liquor in the front,
depending
liquor
on
in
the
the rear.
bachelorette party. I've been all of those at one point or another.
Yeah, just point me to the Bachelorette.
Yep. So the show's going to include a burlesque opening, a few
Nice.
acts while they're doing the dinner service. Before that is going to be the red carpet and the cocktail service. And then once the food service is done, then the comedy show will start.
Nice. We'll put a link in the description where you can get your tickets to the
Thank you.
benefit. And, Paul
Thank you.
Rodriguez, shout out. And, comedy is such a medicine, and that's when I first started doing my comedy shows. I decided I wanted to not just stand in line and just be another comedian, but I wanted to try to organize shows, and I would rent out the theaters, and I remember finding your stuff and just fall in love with all your stuff and inviting you and come to the show, and you came out. I think it was like 12 years ago.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, and you've performed from.
Was that the one down in Oceanside? That one? Oh,
yeah.
boy, that was Oceanside's beautiful, man. You had a good life down there.
It was cool, man. Were you there? Any of the shows where Mayor Jim Wood?
I think so.
Yeah, you were there. You were there.
Yeah. Because I think I did 2 of them, but they were always great shows. I think I did one with wasn't there one like me and Theo Vaughn and Adam Hunter? I want to say.
And Jimmy O Yang was up there.
Yeah.
And you guys were treating me really good, and we had such a great experience. But my whole thing was live, laugh, love. I'm trying to create a campaign to help people heal, because sometimes people are going through things. So that's why I turn to stand-up comedy or music to self-heal. And you've been there for me some dark times, just watching your shit, laughing. So I appreciate you, brother.
Well, I think there is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I would like the option of cutting this next part out.
Okay.
Of the thing, but
you got it.
Okay. I just would like at the end. I'd like to be able to say,
the
by
ugly
the way,
pussy
that
joke?
whole
Are you gonna try the
segment-
ugly pussy joke?
That whole segment on a plate full of pussy. No, keep that. I want the world to see that. I thought that was classic. That was classic fucking 90s comedy right there. But I really feel like the pandemic is a wound that we're trying to act like we don't need to heal, and everybody needs to heal. Like everybody, with the way everybody's fighting all the time on airplanes and shit, and nobody can be nice to anybody, and everybody thinks you're confronting them if you even try and talk to them for a second. I'm a talkative guy, and I tend to comment on the shit around me. It's usually very funny, but you talk to a stranger, and their initial reaction is, why are you attacking me?
Right.
And I feel like this thing happened, and we all just wanted to walk away from it as fast as we could, and I get that, but I think we also need to realize that something really bad happened to all of us at the exact same time, which is historic and unprecedented, and we need to talk about it, and we need to deal with it.
Yeah.
We need to heal from that. I feel like we're just running away from it, and we can't stop fighting each other because we don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I think it's a real thing, man. I really do, and nobody's talking about it.
Well, as a male exotic dancer, it affected it affected the the attendance in the shows, But my moving company was deemed essential, so that was a blessing. But COVID, yeah, dude, it was rough. We got through it though, man.
We got through it, yes. But I just feel like it's this thing we're all trying to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
When something really dramatic happened, man.
We got mind.
And nobody knows what anybody was doing for a whole year. Like, you were just at home doing something. Like, I know what I was doing because it gave me a heart attack.
Yeah.
Okay?
A real one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because I was eating everything I wanted to eat all day and all night and drinking my fucking face off. And that was it. We'd walk for like 45 minutes a day. Like, that was not enough.
To go get more ice?
Totally. That was not enough to counteract what the horribleness that I was doing.
Oh, man. So you went to a dark place during COVID?
I mean, I just tried to, again, we were all in survival mode for a full year and a half,
That's interesting to hear from some entertainers that don't share that too often. Everybody wants to show their best self, but to show a vulnerable side is tough. So we appreciate that. COVID was fuck COVID. How'd you do in COVID? You made music, dude. You made beautiful music during COVID.
A lot of music.
It's almost like jail time. It gave you time to do something with.
But if you're not used to jail time, I don't think you know how to do that.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody handled it differently. Everybody did different things. I did this joke. It's in my special on. I keep hitting this. Sorry.
That's okay.
It's in my special on YouTube. The one about hindsight is 2020. And it's about it's all my jokes from the pandemic, because we're doing all these fucking Zoom shows and Instagram live shows. Remember all that shit?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You're
Especially
so-
when we didn't understand how
Those are
Zoom
horrible.
worked. They were horrible. They were the worst
horrible.
thing ever. They were so bad. They were just
They were
soul crushing.
horrible.
But I was
Yeah.
also like,
Soul-crushing.
okay, well, I have to master this medium too, because you know what? This is who knows how long we're gonna be here, so I gotta master this too.
Yeah.
So after just the worst possible couple of first shows, I began to master it.
The first Zoom meeting, stumbling, trying to get connected is
Oh.
the worst. Oh, man.
Thinking
feel
you're
like-
muted and you're not, or not even knowing how to be. It was so fucking horrible.
I feel like a lot of people also got forced to do the thing that they always was putting off.
Taxes?
Not even taxes.
Divorce?
But like, you know, one of those
There were a
things
lot of
where
divorce. There were a lot of pandemic
Oh,
divorce.
God. Yeah, I almost filed a couple times.
a lot of people that always worked the
Just
9 to
kidding.
5,
Here you go,
and
man.
then they was forced to sit down. Then they got creative and they chose to do something they always loved doing.
Yeah.
And then they got better at it. Like, I know a lot of people who started businesses
Yeah.
from it, and it's still going now just because they was forced
Yeah.
to sit their ass down and do something else.
And those people
That's right, bro.
make the rest of us look bad.
I know. I did nothing like that.
I was like,
I
don't know
followed
what's
instructions. They were like, do nothing. I said, okay.
Totally. I was like, you got it. As it turns out, my favorite thing is to do nothing.
Yeah.
So
Man.
that's in the special too, where I talk about. I was like, it's kind of like exactly how I'd been living before, only now I didn't feel guilty about it.
I mean, it's deemed essential.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the gym. It's a crime.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. They were locking up gym owners and finding gym owners, and it was like you had to be like a pirate to go and work out. You know, I'm sure you obeyed by the rules. And
I
not
did.
go to
I
the gym.
followed the rule to the letter and then some. In fact, I reported several gyms.
You know, I think we should reinforce the 6 feet rule again, man.
Yeah.
I was at the bodega.
Bring that back. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm like, oh, man, can I have?
Oh, I know. They get right up on you now. Like,
So
I'm like,
close.
do you not remember that? I don't want to be.
I like the 6 feet. Remember
I
that?
don't want to smell your breath. Why do I smell your breath?
You remember being in the grocery store trying to get some toilet paper, and then like someone's too close to you? Did you ever have to enforce the 6 feet through like words or nonverbal? Just by a look, you know.
A look with a look all the
They
time.
look like
But I remember one time, so we're in line to get into CVS because you had to wait in line because they finally got a shipment of stuff. So and they have the dots and everyone's outside 6 feet apart, right? So I drop her, she gets in line, I go park the car, I come back around, I join her in line.
With Tanya, who are you with?
My wife.
Okay.
Okay. So I join her in line.
Not your girlfriend.
And exactly. No.
Make that clear.
She's not good looking enough for this to happen.
I was in a fight with my girlfriend.
So I get back in line with her, and this woman is like freaking out behind us, and I'm like, "Is something?" And she goes, 6 feet. I'm like, "What?" She goes, 6 feet, and I'm like, "She's my wife." Oh. Like I'm like we're in the bubble with each other. Like
travel all over the
this is
world.
us. And that's when I realized my wife is so much better looking than me that this woman could not imagine I had any business being that close to her.
He's rich and famous. That's why.
I was just some
Hollywood.
CVS troll jumping out, just capturing bitches. I was like, what up, baby? You lonely? You lonely in the pandemic, baby.
Yeah, shit.
So that was fucking.
That's funny. Yeah, your Mario bit, dude. I was watching it last night. It's
Mario bit.
Oh God, you should have been Mario.
I
Can we
should've played
do a
Mario.
rewrite? Can we do a
Yeah.
rewrite, dude?
They need to make another one with me in it.
Do you know how to turn a wrench?
Of course, I grew up in Texas. I'm Mexican. I can do certain things.
No, where were you raised? Where were you raised?
Dallas. I was raised in the suburbs and cities outside of Dallas mostly.
Okay. I was raised out in
a little
Houston.
town called Greenville, Texas.
Greenville.
Yeah,
Okay.
Greenville.
Greenville. You got Texas in the building, right? Texas is in the
But
building.
you're wearing a Detroit hat.
I grew up in
That's
Flint,
his gang.
Michigan.
That's his gang.
Okay.
That's my gang.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I was born in Abilene, Texas. Dad was in the Air Force.
Okay, right.
But then, like, I was like 2, and then we moved to Flint, Michigan. And
Right.
that's where
Okay,
I
that
grew
makes
up
sense.
Most of my life.
Because I was born in San Jose, California, but then my dad was in sales. and
Narcos.
and then we had to move.
Yeah.
And then we moved to
If you need movers, call Mindful
North
Movers.
then we moved to North Texas.
Man, Texas is popping off right now in the scene.
is,
Have you thought
actually,
about going
yeah.
out there? And
Not really. And I'll tell you,
I watch you how you make your decisions. You make very political decisions of who you associate with, and it's very interesting.
I don't know how much I think about that, but
Well, you have your residencies that they treat you so good at all of them. Have you been to the mothership out there?
I haven't, and because I don't really have an in there.
They're very
that I've-
cliquey.
That
Very
I've,
cliquey.
exactly, you got to have an in. You got to be friends with one of those guys, and I wasn't really friends with those guys.
Yeah, but you're so funny.
You know,
You're
like
so
I know
funny.
them, but we didn't really.
Right.
I
Remember when
wasn't
Joe
in
Rogan
their-
wasn't funny? Remember when he wasn't that funny of a stand-up?
Yeah, exactly. Joe Rogan. I mean,
did he ever sell out? I'm not being mean, but do you remember Joe Rogan selling out stand-up comedy shows with standing ovations because he was so good? No,
I didn't
I'm
see
sorry.
a lot of Joe Rogan shows, and I don't want to start Joe. I'm not trying to.
No, it's fine. We're gonna pick a little beef here,
Nah,
Joe.
You go for it. That's all you dog.
The big
That's all you.
overfed sausage.
I'm not big on. Fucking,
Have you seen
I'm not
Joe
big on beefs.
Rogan?
I'm just saying I don't have it in there, so I haven't been there.
He's just a big sausage, man. He's just filled up. He's so bloated with meat. He eats a cowboy steak a day. He eats his big tomahawk, like a 30-ounce steak every single day.
That's
And
not good for your bowel.
He's exploding. No one's telling Joe your buttons are exploding when you're doing. Oh man, but I'm so proud of him. And you know why I didn't do podcasts? I was a big Howard Stern fan as a kid. Remember Howard Stern? He was.
I do. I liked him when I finally heard him. At first, I didn't like him on terrestrial radio. When I first heard him, I didn't like him. But then when I heard him on satellite radio, where he could be fully uncensored, then I really liked him. That was when I liked him. But the stuff he did on terrestrial radio, I didn't think it just wasn't my jam.
Man, well, shout out to the, so we're over here. Make sure you stay tuned in. We're just kicking back, smoking some weed with comedy legend Greg Wilson. We have Texamill in the building here, so we appreciate you tuning in. So we want to know, where can we do workshops? Do you have a website people come in? Okay, let's come check it out.
Well, the main website is thecomedyinstitute.com, thecomedyinstitute.com. But then my masterclass I now have streaming on Teachable. So that's comedyinstitute.teachable.com. And that way you could just, because I can only teach it live to so many people.
Right.
And people wanted it everywhere. And so I finally had it up and streaming. And so now people take it from all over the place. And my crowd work class, I'm going to try to get up there. Within the next, I've been trying for months to get this thing up on there. Because, I'm going to do a crowd work workshop on Zoom for some comics in Sweden and Mongolia in 2 weeks. Okay, this is how many people want to learn crowd work. And I think I'm pretty much the only one that actually has a working workshop on how to do it. Because it takes both, because you kind of got to, be good at it first.
You have to have some balls.
And then you have to be able to distill that formula of how that's happening. And then I invented exercises to train your mind to go through that process.
Excellent.
So it's an intense, fun.
So you're a mentalist. You're a mentalist.
It's wild.
You're awesome, man. You're so talented. That's so cool.
Thanks, brother.
You got it, man. Texamill, how do people get to find your music? How do we? You're on Spotify, yeah?
Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming services, Instagram, Snapchat. Anytime you want to add it to your video,
Very good.
Texamill.
I'm telling you, I'm always early on good music, and we drove from California all the way to Montana bumping his music. I'm like, you're really good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so
I'm definitely gonna look you up, man.
Yeah, we're gonna play some music and link in the description here so you can check it out. Did Tanya? Is Ice here? Did Tanya just get extra?
Let me tell you, they didn't bring it.
Supposed to be in the courtroom.
Let me tell you something. They didn't bring enough men.
I don't think it worked out.
If she's not here, it's just because she got away. Okay?
Yeah, that's right. Tanya Estrada.
Trust me, Tanya's a survivor. She ain't going.
It sounds cartel for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Is she the queen of cocaine?
Not anymore. Not anymore. It's so funny. We used to have this motto where we'd be like, "No coke," to try and remind ourselves.
I didn't bring any today.
To not do coke.
Yeah,
I can't do it anymore anyway.
I know. So. I didn't want you to. I know. I mean, either. It's not good.
It's not.
Can we talk about, if anybody needs help, go get some help, because I've been there before, and you can lie to yourself, lie to your loved ones, lie to your friends. But
now, if you need help getting it,
yeah.
I've got a guy I've been using for years.
That is fantastic. Yes, so if you do need it, there's a link in the description.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Yeah, I battle with substance abuse. I just smoke weed, and I stay out of trouble. Being an entertainer, dude, you have to stay up late. Can I tell you, I'm going to be 44 this year. I get sleepy. I'm the sleepiest stripper you'll ever meet.
Oh, listen.
They're trying to call me to the stage, and I'm in the back. It's my bedtime. So that's why I don't do stand-up. It's too late.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things that contributes to the poor lifestyle, because, you don't want to eat too close to showtime. because
Sluggish.
that you're sluggish, and especially if you have 2 shows. So you
Especially
definitely
what you're putting down.
So then, but then by the time you finish, now it's 11:30 at night, midnight. All of your options are horrible, but you're starving.
Del Taco
because you
and
just
pussy.
went nuts for fucking 4 hours.
Right.
You know, and you're probably drunk too. Well, if you're me, but
What do you like to drink?
now it's vodka. If I'm gonna have anything, it's usually a vodka or unfortunately a hard seltzer.
Oh, that's very masculine. The white.
I gotta take it a little easier these days. Or red wine. I actually really enjoy red wine, so I'll have a glass of red wine. That usually does it. So
Yeah, because that's the sophisticated side in you. I think I've
well,
seen.
it's actually good for your heart too.
It is.
So.
They're very good. That's right. So we gotta
But
take
it's
care of
100%
ourselves.
sugar, so it's not good in other ways, you know.
It is sugar water.
Yeah.
But, some of them's got the tryptophan in it, so it makes you sleepy, but it also helps cancer. I think red wine helps with that stuff. So that's always, but we got to take care of ourselves as entertainers and
As old people, I have to take care of myself.
we do. And you're so hardworking, man. I don't know how you do it. Do you do caffeine or no caffeine?
Oh yeah, I drink coffee. I love coffee.
All day
or
or-
green tea.
Okay.
I usually have 2 cups of coffee a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Do you do caffeine?
Not really.
When you go in the lab, what's your process? When you're gonna write a song, do you go in and challenge yourself to not drink and smoke? Because I know it's so. I think sometimes we get accustomed to. Is that challenging
I think
for you?
it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on what I'm trying to write. Most of the time, though, I'm high, and it's like I go in.
Most of the time, I put that in quotes. Texamill. It's your creativity. Yeah.
And then it's just like put the music on, and it's loud as fuck. Anytime, I'm not gonna put that in there, but it's loud as fuck, and it's just like I just start recording, writing,
Awesome.
and I get
Would you
caught in
say?
my-
Wait a minute. So do you write it all out first, or do you mostly improvise?
It depends. Mostly I like to get the flow that I'm gonna go with. So I'll just like record like a freestyle of just saying random shit to try and get like the rhythm and the sound and the cadence down. And then once I have that and I can play it back, then I could put the right words in.
That's it, because it's kind of getting the format of the cadence.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what's that one song that made me cry, man? He's got his daughter on there doing.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite song.
And what's the title of that song?
It's called 317. That's her birthday.
Oh,
It's
nice.
coming up. Shout out Legend.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah, it was very touching. Being on the road, being an entertainer, you're far away from your family, and you get sad. And I was missing my daughters and hearing your
Your
connection.
daughter's name is Legend?
Yeah.
No pressure, darling.
Yeah.
No pressure, no pressure. Just kind of expecting
She
a
has a
legend.
super sweet voice.
And she called me, and of course I was working, and she left me a voicemail, and like she was probably like 5, and it was just like the sweetest thing, and I was like, I gotta put it in a song.
That's nice. That's beautiful.
I won't ruin it because we'll
317.
put it in here. But yeah,
Yeah.
tune in, check it out if you want to
Yeah,
cry.
yeah.
Thanks. I'm not crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah, it's the weed's
You're
smoke
crying.
in my eye. It's just touching. I miss my daughters. I do. I've got daughters scattered all over the country. I miss them. That's why I need comedy to keep me sane and because we go through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So take care of your kids. Hashtag take care of your kids.
Hashtag clean living.
That's it. Hey, I used to, I'll be honest, I used to have issues with certain things, and it was the times. I remember when I first got out of the Navy, I was at Chippendale, and I remember when the real Magic Mike was fired for selling pills, Roxy's. Because wherever show he'd go, he would sell Roxy's and Oxycontins, and he's still in prison in Florida today. But I worked for his dance company, and so that the lifestyle of whether you're telling jokes or dancing, you're up late, girls, booze, drugs, man. So it's like almost combating evil. Like you're such a good guy, and you're making others laugh and sharing the entertainment, but it's a dark world, isn't it? Or just in my past.
Depends on how good you are at it, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Did you go through tough times? Did you ever have
Of
any?
course, man. It's
Yeah.
a constant battle.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, good versus
No,
evil.
comedy just nothing in Los Angeles makes sense.
It does.
You know, comedy in Los Angeles is difficult because being funny doesn't matter.
Right.
It's like the last thing that matters
Right.
to comedy in Los Angeles.
They're very
You know?
critical. They're critical of it.
They look at they want to everybody, they want everything else becomes important for some reason here.
Well,
It's
you
very
kill
bizarre.
it.
New York isn't like that. That's why I love New York comedy.
Yeah.
New York crushing counts.
Mm-hmm.
Here it's like, well, we're looking for this, we want that, we're more interested in that. How many followers you got? Blah blah blah. Like we were discussing it recently. It's such a sea change in the way the comedy business works now, and that what happens in the room really doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is what happens in this phone, and that's been a very difficult pill for older comics to swallow. Because we didn't grow up like this is the most normal thing in the world, just be in our fucking phone all day.
Right.
And so while cool and all, it's a huge pain in the ass, and it's like so it's become about your life in here, not what happens up on that stage.
Right.
Eventually it becomes about what happens on that stage, but that only happens until you. It's all about in here now.
Yeah,
so
it's
fucking weird.
It's exhausting being a narcissist, a perfect, well-behaved narcissist that you have to do so much. You have to be.
Well, and also it's now a ground competition with like everybody else. Like it used to be just loads of us on stage, and now it's just everybody's on stage.
Yeah,
Everyone's on stage. And it's so funny. I keep thinking about it in terms of like, okay, guys, we can't all be stars. Okay?
Right.
Somebody's got to be the audience. But instead, everyone's on stage. There's no one in the crowd. No one's in the crowd. Everyone's on stage. Your mom's on stage. Your kid's on stage. Everyone's fucking on stage. And I'm trying to tell jokes, and people are like, me too. I'm also telling jokes. I also do jokes. And they're like, let's follow her. She's,
I saw her.
she's hot. Fucking, oh my God, this girl can tell some jokes. Like, not that that's, but I'm just saying that's the dynamic.
Do you do TikTok? Or no?
Yeah, I've had to, and I'm terrible at it. I put all this time, and the thing,
Don't
I
you
mean,
feel
and I'm
too
a
old for
late
that shit
adopter
sometimes?
because I'm an old,
Right, we're
so
old heads
I
now.
so every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invest some time on this fucking thing, and once I really invest in it, it fucking shifts over the fuck here. I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to start over again.
Yeah.
So I put all my energy into Instagram, and now it's all over on TikTok, and it's like, okay.
But you got your website, right?
Yeah, no one uses the website. When people look at your website is when they just they don't know who you are, but they need to contact you.
IMDb is great. Check out Greg Romero Wilson on IMDb. You will be impressed. He's way too humble. He's got some great projects. Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you win?
No.
Damn.
Cold-blooded.
So just a little bit of
Well, you tried.
little bit
The
of money.
officer showed up, and
Dick.
yeah, he's ready to proceed with trial with his radar certification and his years of
How fast
radar.
are you going?
Apparently over 65.
With
It's like
20 kilos of cocaine in the trunk, or what? What are we talking about?
more like 20 Mexicans in the back of the truck. I was coming from Mexico.
Have you ever done that before?
No. So
Have
yeah.
you?
I know a guy.
So I
Yeah, unfortunately, I got in some
no,
trouble.
I've never
Greg.
done that. No,
He
no.
did.
Yeah.
This fool.
Yeah.
The white guy.
I
right?
did the widow. Yeah.
The widow.
Why do you think they hired him?
Yeah.
They're like, no one's gonna stop
Yeah.
you,
You know,
sir.
I dressed up in my fireman Chippendale costume.
Oh
You did
boy.
it.
I did it for about 2 years. I was getting paid about $2,000 a head, and I would go pick them up at a casino, and they kept getting bigger and bigger. World's Dumbest. You remember it was that 06 World's Dumbest Criminals you were on? I wish that I was smuggling immigrants back then. I could have made you. Maybe we'll do some. I'll send you my paperwork. And
Well, I tell you what, World's Dumbest is like the worst credit in the world to have on stage. Like, you may have seen him on World's Dumbest. It's
Oh,
like,
dude, but you had some great.
it sounds like I'm the world's dumbest,
Do you remember?
right?
Get your stage.
Here
right.
comes the world's dumbest comedian.
It could be misconstrued.
Yeah. It's like if you're on that show Hacks, or like you may have seen him on Hacks. It's like, I don't want to do it.
That's so funny.
But it's a great show. But I mean, you don't want to hear, it sounds wrong. You're like, here he is, one of the hacks. Here he is.
So on Netflix, you can check out Meet the Voxels. So tell us about your character on there. You played Brick.
Yeah.
Tell us about
I'm
Brick.
the dad. It was a Nickelodeon thing where they they wanted to see if they could animate in real time using real actors. So they like built this whole studio and everything, and I was in a motion capture suit
Get out of here.
all day, for like 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. And
Were you sweating?
yeah,
Were the
it's real
suits,
nice.
they breathe? They breathe?
No,
good?
listen, they gotta have it really chill in there because there's so many cameras. There's like 400 cameras
Right.
and all these hot lights.
I remember
so they gotta keep
porn
that
sets,
shit
yeah.
really. Yeah, but yours was because you were in a basement with no AC in the middle of July. That's why, and with just a fucking mattress on the floor and a fucking broken dartboard. So mine was a little different. So, but yeah, it was just one of those things. It was fun, but then they decided, they were like, yeah, it doesn't work, and they just cut it.
Oh no! So they Meet the Voxels, Brick, you're the dad.
Yeah.
That you did work, and then they cut
it.
Get out of here!
They cut the show. I mean, the show's dead.
Right,
Yeah.
but dude, that is some of the things you have to deal with. How do you manage that and unpack that?
Oh man, the disappointment is huge. To be that close that many times, like Ghosted, right? I joined the cast of Ghosted, and here I am with Adam Scott and Craig Robinson on this big show.
Huge, hilarious. On Fox.
And then the president of the network changes, and the new guy comes in and goes, "Yeah, these aren't any of my shows, and I hate all of them."
Oh my god, and it was so good.
I'm like, you're gonna let Adam Scott and Craig Robinson just walk out the door? Okay.
Disappointments.
Actually, it's a funny story though how I found out. So I'm feeling all good because I was very confident we were going to get a second season. So I'm feeling real good about life. All right, and I'm on my way actually to teach a workshop. So I'm teaching my summer class, and I got the top down on the Z, and I'm just I can listen to the radio, and the phone rings, and it's Craig. And this show was really how Craig and I became friends. We knew each other from stand-up, but we really spent a lot of time together shooting the show. So we became pretty good friends. And he calls me up, and I'm like, "Hey, Craig, what's going on, man?" And he goes, "Hey, man, we got canceled." And then it's just quiet. And then he goes, "Maybe I shouldn't open with that." And I was like, "Yeah, dog, come on, man."
Oh, the highs and the lows.
And then I pull in to teach my workshop. Like, I guess I really need this now. Like before, I was doing it out of I love the craft, and I'm sharing I don't have to teach, but I do.
Giving back to the community.
Right, and then now I'm like, oh god, I guess it's important again.
Oh god! Can we talk about some of the SAG things that was going on in the unions and did everything get worked out?
No.
Did they go back to work?
Oh, we all went back to work. Yeah.
There was
but
a big
they
strike,
dropped
right?
so many of us from our insurance, and it's like, but we were on strike for most of the year, and so they used this sample of months before that, but it's like the threshold was still too much. It's like so many of us, thousands of us, lost our insurance. Damn. And it was a total buttfuck. Like after we sacrificed everything to support the union through the worst strike in the history of our union, and then they just turn around and like, didn't well, my guys, like.
I saw you post that.
Yeah, I was pissed, man.
You were vocal about it.
It should have been an odd. Well, yeah, someone's got to say something.
You were the only one.
I support
you were
my
the
union.
only one.
I know, no one held. They're like
there was crickets everywhere.
Yeah, everything else was DMs with disappearing ink and shit.
Yeah,
right?
dog.
Like totally agree, but leave me alone.
Yeah. You really stood up for that.
I did say in it that I appreciate everything the union's done, all the protections we have at work. Listen, you go work a non-union job and you're like, oh god, thank for the union, Because nobody give a fuck about you on a non-union job. They don't care about the hours, the breaks, the food.
I've been SAG eligible for like 13 years.
Yeah, you're like, where's the catering? They're like, it's that box of crackers right there.
I got my vouchers from doing background work on Charmed with Alyssa Milano.
Nice, sure.
I was trying to hit that,
Yeah, of course you are.
It's when she first cut her hair. I was like, oh god, no, but I'd still hit
I'll
that.
still take it.
Yeah.
I'll take the discount.
Oh god, Rose McGowan was on set, dude. She was glowing.
Rose McGowan, when I first met her, she also used to come to the shows in New York, and when I first met her, I've never seen a more beautiful girl.
Dude, her
in
skin is
my
the
life.
best. Yes.
The most perfect skin, like an artist rendering
yes, dude.
of a perfect person. I mean, it was hard to look at her.
The beautiful people.
She was
That was her boyfriend.
She was just that pretty.
Marilyn Manson was.
Yeah,
her
for a
boy.
minute. Yeah, that's right.
She'd bring him on set, and I was an extra, oiled up.
He come in dressed in his fucking Matrix
weird,
garb and
dude.
shit.
Oh, yeah, his one eye thing.
You know him, Rick. Hey, listen, I'm a fan. Not that I am.
He
but,
was odd. I think he got Me Too,
I
right?
could just envision his look walking onto the charm set. It's just like an alien landing. You know?
Yeah, he's a very interesting character. Yeah. Oh man, have you ever done any background work back in the day when you first got to Hollywood? Did you ever do any extras?
I did. My first background job was 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh,
That was a good one.
They treat us
That
like
was
shit,
my first.
right? Or sometimes they treat you good. Depends on the AD or this is.
It was, it was decent. It was good. I don't think I've been on a shitty set.
Right.
Like, one to like call and like, like snitch on. Like they're treating us like garbage.
No,
Like,
no.
Well,
everything
you better be a
is
union
pretty
set, or
good.
ain't nobody answering that call.
Yeah.
Ain't no one. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Good
so I
luck.
do appreciate the union because without that, yes, we have no one to call. In fact, I was just shooting a big thing that I can't talk about yet.
That's so
But you're
cool.
gonna
That's
see
so
it.
cool.
But I'm shooting it, and I'm coming out of the dressing room, and the out of my trailer, and the union guy's like, "Hey, I'm your SAG rep. I just wanted to touch base and make sure everything is." Is everything going? I'm like, dude, this is a top notch. This is a pretty high end shoot. They're doing things pretty much by the book. So
Nice.
yeah,
You think they can sign off on? I just need one more voucher.
you're so close. And it's
I
a
don't
good thing those vouchers never expire.
I don't think they do
know.
that anymore, right? They don't.
I have no
I
idea.
don't think they do
I have
that
no
anymore. Yeah.
Yours expired.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry. You no longer look like the actor that got these vouchers.
Oh God, no! My name's ruined on IMDb because there's another little fucker named Levi Miller. That's why I have identity crisis because that's you have to go by your full name because next thing you know there's this little kid named Levi Miller, like Peter Pan, fucking thespian of the world. So he ruined. He had his run as Peter Pan, so fuck you, little kid. You look up Levi Miller. I'm on like page 300 now because he's got everything for Peter Pan. Do you have a common name, Tania Estrada? I looked you up too. I saw there's a whole long list. You have to find out. Do you have a website or anything on IG that they could come find you? Or
Well, my Instagram, Tania Estrada 334, and then I had
slide in the DMs, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I had a website for a long time, and I realized that the Laugh Factory put up a website for me, and I'm like, so I just use that link. So go to laughfactory.com/Tania Estrada, and there it'll be.
There you
right
go.
there.
Very
Right
nice.
there it is.
Bang! All right, we'll put
Yeah.
that link in the description below, man. That's awesome.
I think I was deleted from their website. I think.
Oh no! Yeah, have you ever been not treated good at clubs
Oh,
before?
yeah. Oh my god.
You go
But
where you get treated good, right?
I've also made a lot of mistakes at clubs.
Like
You
what?
know,
Like what'd you do?
Usually drinking. Usually involves
Drinking and
whatever else might have happened sometimes.
right, but plus ego, like alcohol plus drugs plus ego. Or...
like what was I doing, man? But back then, I mean, we kind of all did that. Like everybody did it. Like it was just kind of the thing. Like, and it really started in New York because in New York, like the sets didn't pay much money at all. $20 maybe.
Well, yeah.
But what they would give you was free booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
So
here.
I would make my money at the bar. I'd be like, I'm
gonna
gonna
get
leave.
my
I'm
money.
gonna leave out of here nice and toasted, and then I'm gonna go somewhere else and I'm gonna nurse one beer, because I'm already pretty lit, and it just became a habit that's kind of been not the best habit that that I've carried with me most of my career, unfortunately.
And you've been doing this for 20 plus years.
20 plus at least, yeah.
That's man. You're
Because
popping.
there was that decade of troop improv.
Yeah.
All right, give us an occupation non-medical. Give us a non-geographical location. That never made sense to
Did
anybody.
you do pop-up video back in the day?
I didn't do pop-up video. I do remember it, though.
Do you remember pop-up video? You would have been perfect.
I did
for
do
that.
a bunch of VH1 shows. I used to do all the talking head shows on VH1. The shows that weren't Best Week Ever, but were just like Best Week Ever. All those shows.
Tanya, you want some of these? Are you stoned?
Yeah.
Did you get high
I
or
am.
stoned?
I think I want some of the.
You do want the
I do.
M&Ms. Earlier she turned them down.
I turned them down.
She's been thinking about it the whole time, though. Like, I should have said yes.
Craft Services has a big
Yeah,
budget.
exactly.
Yeah.
This
Brought
is
one bottle of
non-union.
water.
You want to know what non-union craft services look like? There it is. By the way, he got 2 waters
These
for
are-
4 people. Okay, that's non-union.
My rep is going to
And
hear
the
about
best
this.
weed in the world.
That's non-union. 4 waters, or 2 waters, 4 people. It's like a bad fucking
Bad
porno
porn
clip.
set. Yeah, it is. No, man, all porn's bad. I think we should just cancel porn. I think it's ruined society.
I'd agree with that, but I know it's too accessible. It's too easy.
It's too free. Why pay for it? These idiots are paying for it. It's like, isn't it free?
And that's always I'm always like, why are you paying for it?
Tanya, do you ever watch?
Seems to
Sorry
be
to
an
ask, but
unlimited amount of
I know it's a
free
very
shit.
personal question. But do you ever struggle with porn addiction?
No, I used to watch porn as a couple therapy type of thing.
Do you have some interesting categories that you went through?
So I can just watch that while you back.
Yeah.
Guys do it all wrong. Trust me. I know. I've worked with Reality Kings and a lot of high grade Playboy TV sets. It's all guys directing it. It's all what guys think that girls want, and it's not it. You go on a girl directed set, and girls are way more affectionate, lovey dovey. Guys are like, get over here.
Yeah.
Guys, bring back romance. Bring back some lovey dovey. Everybody wants to pop a Viagra instead of having an interesting conversation.
There's a fairly well-known '90s porn
Why not
actor.
do both?
You get cerebral stimulated. You know how many times girls want to take you home and fuck you because you made them laugh, you made their night. And you're just so goddamn
I will
sexy.
say this more than people would think,
I know, I've witnessed it,
Yes.
dude. Hot chicks throw
but
themselves
less
at you.
than I would have wanted.
been in
less than I tried.
You've been in a few stretch Hummers with me before.
I've
I've seen girls. Yeah, you're a great guy, but you're currently married. Can we talk about that?
I'm permanently married.
Okay, that's love. That's awesome. And how long have you been married for?
Well, 5 years, but we've been together 15 total.
Oh my God, welcome.
We got married on our 10-year anniversary because basically you are legally anyway in the state of California. So
We did it for legal.
So we're like, well, why don't we just do it on that day then? That way we don't have to remember a second day.
Right.
So we just did it exactly on the 10-year anniversary.
That's sweet. And then you can't forget.
Can't
You don't
forget,
have
it's
too
the
many
same
dates.
date. It's been the same date forever. You know what's funny though? We're both bad at remembering when it is.
Yeah, when's our anniversary again?
It's this month, right? Is it the 19th?
When do we
I
celebrate?
think it's the 9th. Is it the 9th or the 19th? It's one or the other.
Are you married, Tanya? Single?
I'm happily widowed.
Oh, you killed him. You killed him.
I was nowhere near. I was 20 miles away from the location.
Okay, all right.
My
hauled
cell
it in.
phone tower pinged me at home.
It's not an open case, and it's okay.
No, not at all.
So
I
he
had a long
died.
time-
Oh
yeah, he
man,
died.
is it sad or is it good? Do we like him or no?
I was no, he was a great guy, but
How did he pass away? If you don't mind
he
asking?
ended up so back then there was like a huge bath salt epidemic.
Oh yeah. I know. I lost a friend to that too.
And he just kept fucking up, like he knew he shouldn't go outside the house because he was all paranoid already, and then he was doing that and then getting in the car and driving, so he was like crashing, and it just went bad. And I think I don't know if he died in his sleep or something, but I got the call like days later, like from I guess when he had
It's
expired.
sad.
And
Well, God bless him, and he's in a better place.
Yeah,
I've
he's a-
outlived all my friends. Being a rock star and being doing what I do and doing what you do. How many friends have we outlived? It's like our
The
lifestyles.
fentanyl thing,
That thing
Yeah.
is
We lost some
horrible.
friends to that, so
Yeah,
Random.
God. So
it's like fucking real, man. And people keep doing it. It's like, dude, everyone thinks they can trust their guy.
Can I tell you that that's like my number one boundary? No coke. I don't want my friends.
Yeah, I
on
didn't bring any
coke.
today, I
I
promise.
don't want the dude I'm with on coke. I don't want like coke.
He told me
It's
I
like
didn't
a-
bring any. I promise.
No.
I told him, I said that used to be
He told
our,
me no
that used to be
coke.
our slogan in Vegas. No
No
coke.
coke. Yeah, because we'd have such a natural
I think
high.
I've run into a few bathrooms back in the 90s.
I was gonna say one of us was better at it than the other.
Well, it used to be fun. It's not fun anymore. Do you
It
remember?
used to be fun.
Yeah, I remember being able to go out and dance, and now it's like you do it and you just start sweating and just you
You're gonna die.
feel like
I
you're
know.
gonna die.
At a certain point too, you get to a certain age, you're like, being 50 and doing coke doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, if you need help, call 1-800-GET-HELP. I think that's the thing, right?
100 no coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No coke.
Yeah, there's just, find happiness in what you do. We want to inspire others to do what these guys do too. If we can do it, you can too. When you were a kid, Greg.
Don't encourage them, okay? Like I said.
I was
come
segueing
on,
into
we
yours.
can't all be on the stage. Someone needs to go sit down and be the fucking audience.
That's what I want to segue to. Yeah, Greg, don't come and do, but come to your workshop.
Yeah, unless you want to take my workshop, we'll find out if you got anything.
Just keep it at home.
You don't tell that to your
Don't practice
workshop
anywhere
people,
else.
do you?
You know, I have told them before. I used to.
You should
I have
scare
to be
them.
honest. I used to be
Not everybody can do
brutally
it.
honest.
You should.
And I've learned to be a softer honest with them. I'm still very honest, but I tend to couch it with more compliments and pointing out the things they're doing right.
You want the Venmo to go through.
You know, listen, the Venmo's it's right there, baby. So I'm just not as I used to really. I just would say I was just too brutal. I wish I hadn't been quite so honest with them, but one time they were like, well, I mean, I was talking about how, in reality, not that many of you are gonna even make it being a professional.
Right.
And they're like, well,
dad
how
always
many do
told
you
me
think
that.
are gonna actually become professionals? And I'm like, maybe one. And that kind of really. And even then, I don't even for sure. There you go. That's the one. You know it.
You do have to believe in yourself.
You really do. Actually, now I've had so many. Some workshops it's amazing, and like everyone in there is going to be a professional. And then some workshops it's like, guys, yeah, okay, maybe him, but not even him. Like this is you guys probably don't have a. But I don't say it anymore. I used to say it though.
Dude, can I tell you, like right here, thank you so much for doing these workshops, because without
Oh,
you,
thank you.
like comedy would have completely died. And because remember, we had that hiatus when we weren't allowed to go and do comedy, but we worked like him. His workshop is so amazing. If you get a chance to do it with him, like in the workshop, amazing. But your courses online, people love them. I've been hearing so many good reviews from, not so great comics that want to be great. They really want it. But your classes are amazing. It puts together so many different minds together, and interactively we get to spend a few hours together laughing. And I love the way you've broken it down in 2 days, because then we don't have to go through like a marathon, you know what I mean, run of a show.
I used to, yeah, because sometimes the workshop oversells, and I'm not one to turn down money. So what I used to would just be these marathon long workshops so that everybody got their chance and their time. But it was fucking 4.5 hours.
It would.
And so now if I get overflow, I just break it off into a separate night, and I do Mondays and Tuesdays, which is what I did this last time, which just makes it easier. You could set, everyone can take their time, and it isn't as much pressure. And we're usually done in about, it still usually takes about 4 hours, sometimes 3.
Dope.
Oh.
And he can't guarantee to be funny. You gotta be funny.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You gotta
We
find.
could only do so much.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People are always like, you can't teach someone how to be funny. And I'm like, you're right. But you can teach them how to do stand-up.
Yeah, you got the formula.
Learning how to do stand-up, the result is being funny. Mm-hmm. If you master the craft, then that should be the result. Whether you have the ability to do that I can't put that in you.
Right.
And also the discipline, because it does take tremendous. So many people have the talent. So few have the discipline.
Who's some of your funny comedians when you were a kid? Texamill, when you were a kid.
I mean,
remember the first time you ever watched stand up?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, it was definitely like the Delirious and the Raw.
Oh God, yes.
Richard
Can't say any of that
Pryor.
stuff now.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy back in the day, he got away with stuff that would we be able to say that stuff?
No, none of it.
So is there
I don't think even Eddie Murphy could say that stuff now. Seriously. They would campaign against him. They tried to be all, no, Eddie Murphy, take his movies off of Netflix. Like, it would be a whole fucking mess.
Man, yeah, Eddie Murphy's classic, but I just take his material and his content. I don't know if that could age to today's critics.
A lot of listen, just from last decade, you can't say a lot of things.
He
anymore.
used the F word a lot. He dropped the F bomb but made it funny. He would say the FAG.
We used to say it all the time.
I know his
Everybody
kids.
did.
Yeah,
it used to be funny. It was in everything. He was in music. He was in comedy.
When
it was
you were
just
kids,
a word.
like you're gay.
It was just a
You're
word,
gay.
But it is now. You kind of like, you're like, yeah, I could see
Thank you,
where
Chris.
if you're that person, yeah, you are sitting there getting hurt, and we didn't. I mean, it was just so commonplace. You didn't think about it, and now it's like. You look at it, you're like, yeah. If I wish I hadn't said all that stuff like that. Maybe that was
Eddie was early on the trans community.
everybody.
wasn't he?
Everybody
He
used
was early.
to, the edgier the better. The more aggressively offensive the better. It used to be a thing. Shock comedy was a thing. And I came from the shock comedy school. I loved shock comedy. But you look at it now and it's like, I could see where somebody might have been hurt by that. And
You're
know?
too empathetic and too thoughtful now. And,
Exactly. Now I'm old. I'm like, yeah.
I can understand.
That was pretty
We're too
aggressive.
understanding,
I'm
you know.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm raw. That's why I don't think
That's
I've
pretty-
taken off because I'm politically incorrect with my material. So
Well, and I think
might
you
need
should
to
have the
keep-
right to do that.
I thought so.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. There is a point where it becomes toxic sensitivity. Like I understand sensitivity, but when
Come
it becomes
too quick.
but when it's toxic sensitivity, it's like,
Let's
well,
talk about it.
that's just not fair. You know, I can't predict what your sensitivities are. You know, you can't. You know, I think everyone's individual job is to build their life around their sensitivities. You don't like something, you don't. You know, you just don't do it.
No, have you ever been talked to like before, like has your material been too raw after like a big movie's come out or something with you and like you just like, oh, that one bit you got to pull that. Have you ever been censored before?
I've been censored a lot.
I think
A
yeah.
lot, especially when I tried to do colleges. You know, I mean, after every show, my agent would call me and be like, "Yeah, so can you stop doing the joke about the?" And pretty soon I didn't have enough material. I'm like, now I'm up there talking as slow as I possibly could
Super careful. Walk on
because
eggshells.
I had to stretch
Each show.
20 minutes over 60. And that was how I had to do all the shows. And I would like wrap myself around the mic stand to hold myself down and just,
You sound like Amy Schumer's
and just
ex-boyfriend.
slowly,
The tall guy. What was his name?
I don't know, but you know, just to slow down all the material and go really, really slow so I could, because you still have to deliver an hour. You're contractually obligated to entertain these children for an hour. You know? And I wanted them checks, baby. That was good money. And I'm like, listen, if I'm here, I'm going to make this money and we're going to get through this. But every show. And then finally, I did this one show that was just horrible. It was a lunchroom show in the lunchroom. Like, and kids are it's a cafeteria. I'm performing in a cafeteria to kids eating, talking, not paying attention at all. And the ones that are paying attention look miserable. And so I actually made a video with my phone of their faces, and then
Tough
I
crowd,
posted
huh?
it on my IG, like, so, you want to be a college comic, huh? And then I got a phone call from my agent, and she was like, maybe you shouldn't do colleges anymore. And I'm like, I agree. I think you're right. I'm not cut out for this anymore. There was a time, but not now. So,
Tania, have you ever, quit before and take time off and you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There was this one time, this show was so horrible. It was a school benefit. They were raising money, I forget, for the school or something. And the secretary came in super drunk. And her whole crew was completely rude. And so then one of them got up, and I forget what I said. I didn't think it was funny. And so they all just kind of had this whole attitude and just being completely rude.
Did
and
you
I
laugh?
wanted,
Was it funny?
Oh, I wanted to cuss them out so bad. And it was awful. And I got off of there and I quit. And then I had to go to Laugh Factory. They have a counselor on there for comedians.
yeah.
So I started going to her for like,
Is she single? Is she hot? What's going on?
Michelle, what's up, Michelle? Yeah, she said it was like, I think I went like 6, maybe 8 months until I was ready to go back. And she went with me the first time I went back.
Wow, that's something.
That's awesome. That's something people
I
don't
was
talk
so
about.
I had to write a letter of what I would have said to her. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
it was
Oh,
still
wow.
like just because it was.
That's
Do
real
rappers have
therapy.
therapists? Do rappers have
Shit,
therapists?
you should.
Right? You should.
You know what it
You
was?
You really should.
You should. There's always so much going on in our day to day. Like, everybody has fucking problems, and everybody's always in their own bubble, in their own world. And like he was talking about earlier, people just gotta heal, and it's like rappers gotta heal too. You know,
Yeah.
people always talking about killing each other. Like, most of my music,
You don't
is-
kill anybody in your music.
No,
which is
I don't
great.
kill anybody in my music.
Everyone lives in his
No
music.
guns.
He's a great father, you know?
You know, I think, and that's the constant battle that we talked about, is because like I could say it, that's not what I live, but that's how most rappers are nowadays anyway.
Yeah. A lot of rappers are gay right now. And you're heterosexual.
Yeah.
All my favorite rappers Oh, my wife used to make fun of me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna leave you all alone on this island.
They don't have X family.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
you speak your truth, dog.
the hip hop community's been exposed right now. Have you seen what's going on with Puff Daddy right now? Don't tell me you guys don't.
I've seen it.
How
We've
embarrassing
seen
is because
it.
we've
We've
all
seen
loved
it.
Puff Daddy before, right? I was a big Puff Daddy. I remember 10 years ago being with one of my male dancer buddies, hanging out in Hollywood. He gets a call, and it's from Puff Daddy's security, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta go dance for Puff." And I'm like, "Why would you dance for Puff?" And I'm like, "Oh, he likes dudes, man." That was like 10 years ago. I was like, "Dude, you're lying." And now all this is coming. That's fine. Do what he's doing, but there's so you're a good Christian heterosexual man that's putting out a positive energy out there in the hip hop community. You know, it's almost like Christian rap. It's like got a good message, and and we need that, brother. And you're so talented, and he's an actor too. So, you're gonna big movie star one day, brother. I know you are. I believe in you.
I appreciate that, man. Just having me on your show in the first place.
Yeah.
It's fun. I always love our conversations. And, just hearing you guys talk and just soaking up the knowledge and the jokes and just everything you guys talk about with your careers. Because it's like the same path almost, because it's like when you do shows, you have moments where it's like it's just a fishbowl where the sound is fucked up, the mic goes off, and it's like...
He doesn't need a mic. You can hear him.
That was I pushed mine away earlier. I'm like, this is he was up here. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Trust me on this one.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah.
You have to have that. You got a great voice too.
Every time I've done a radio show, I'm like, dude, just know you're probably gonna have to modulate a little bit once I get going. And every time I start, I see him go.
Well, man, we've been having so much fun. Anything else going on in the world, guys? What are we excited about? What are we frustrated about? We're not selling anything here, guys. We're just kicking back, talking. Great minds of different industries, and is the world getting better? Are we?
Like, I don't know if it's getting better, but I tell you what, I feel like no one's talking about the Olympics. Isn't that this summer?
Oh yeah,
right?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
about that.
see, exactly. I think it's in Paris this summer, man. And I don't know about you, but I love the Olympics.
I do too.
I think it's awesome.
What's the one on the ice with
whole
the
world gets together? They got
the
games and everything.
It's not
and
the Summer Olympics.
Oh, it's the winter. Is it
Summer Olympics.
Oh, the summer. There's no ice. Okay.
No ice. Jeez, what a dummy.
It's like the track and field,
Oh yeah.
This is the good one. Nobody cares about the Winter Olympics. This one's got the basketball and everything else. It's got all the good stuff.
Dude, it comes with baseball cards now, dude.
And by the way, did you see? Aren't they doing flag football soon?
I love flag football, dude.
They're doing. I don't know if they're going to save that for LA in 28, but I think they might be doing it in Paris too. But I think they're going to add
Get
flag
out of here.
football. I'm not joking. They're going to add flag football to the Olympics.
Oh my god.
I think so. I think that's a real
That'd be
thing.
dope to watch.
Now I got to look it up. Maybe I'm just
Yeah,
stoned.
you gotta
I don't
Google
believe it anymore.
I
Hold
believe
on,
it.
hold
Let me
on.
see the little card.
Oh yeah, it's like a tarot card. You look like a tarot reader. Will you tell me my future, Tanya? Do I have any crimes coming to my future?
Is gonna get towed in 27 minutes.
No.
Shit.
What are we looking for? What's the name? Oh yeah,
Flag football.
Flag football Olympics.
Olympics.
Flag football Olympics.
That is funny.
Oh, this is cool.
What board of committee did they have to put together that they nominate? Like,
It totally is a real thing.
Athletes for that.
yeah, like
I'm a professional
For
flag
for
football
Los
player.
Angeles, for the LA games, the American games.
can you imagine being at a bar like after a big game, we just won big L.
Yeah, like, dude, who gets the golden flag?
Dude, you would be who's got a lighter?
Put this over
Who
there.
steals my lighter?
Over
You
there.
guys.
I know.
Yeah.
We gotta get those away from us.
Okay, thank you.
I'm eating those.
do you have
instead
friends
of
that steal
lunch.
your?
Like, I should be having lunch right now, and instead I'm just chewing.
I
these
tried to
these
bring you
M&Ms.
lunch. You were too Hollywood. I wanted to.
I've got a lot on my plate,
I
though.
know you're. I do appreciate you coming in because I know you're working on something we can't talk about, but we are talking about, but we can't. But we are thankful to talk about it.
Thank you, sir. I am grateful to have the opportunity to not discuss it.
Well, I am thankful to have you on.
Thank you.
In the studio.
Excuse me.
This right here is gonna. Can we play some of your music?
Hell yeah.
How do we do that? Chris, our producer, Chris, would we be able to play his music on the show in the background if we?
Yeah, or I could airdrop it.
We'll get a copyright.
Like Apple Music.
But we want people to go to Spotify, go stream his music. Dude, you know when you have a friend and you know they do a certain thing, like that's great. But you're so busy in your own narcissistic world, you take the time to look up. Like I don't remember. I look up myself on IMDb all the time to see my star rating.
Oh, do you really? I never look at that. I'm like star rating my ass. You are a star or you're not.
What's up?
See, guys, you can't all be stars.
That's right. You know,
Okay? Someone's got to be in the audience.
someone's got to fill these seats.
Everyone, I was.
There's a new song I'm working on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's been released yet.
Okay.
All right,
We got a new
I like
world
this. I like
premiere.
this.
We're gonna have a DJ in here. We might get some. How we doing on time? You good?
Probably have to depart pretty soon.
Yeah, give us a time.
Yeah.
Okay. How long we got?
I mean, probably about 10 minutes. 3:45.
Let's do it. Okay. I want to finish strong. If we can edit this out. Do we want to highlight, repunch anything? We'll play some of his music and be thankful and get out of here. You know?
Right on.
And we'll chop it up. Put them in little shorts.
Yeah.
If people sit and watch the whole thing, that's awesome. We appreciate you tuning in. But we'll put in little comedy shorts and people just tune in. You know. And
I want a clean shot of talking about his workshop.
Yeah.
Like specifically on how much it has helped for you to use it. Like it's helped me write a special in like what was it?
have you gone to his workshop?
Was it with just one?
I think it was that
I
one.
think it was two. No, it was two.
It was two.
It was
So
over
a
two because the first half was written in that last one.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
two workshops. I had a 20-minute
You did
special
2 workshops with him?
at that point, but
Did
I've done every single workshop that he's
Yep.
held,
Awesome.
and it's been now how many years?
Since like 2000. I don't know.
21?
17.
Oh no, those are the longer. He's done workshops before the pandemic.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's been doing them, dude, since 2012, 11. Shit.
I actually
I was
started in 2008 with the masterclass. Oh, is this it? This is it?
Yeah,
Here we
yeah.
go.
What's up? Oh, so this song hasn't been released yet. This is coming out on the new album.
Where you at though? In the middle of the huddle, I'ma find you, leave you standing in the puddle. Why you play? Act stupid, I'm fluent and cupid. Outside my house, 3 a.m. dick, man, you doing? I like a little crazy baby. I'm a 90s baby. Grown man know where to find me, baby. Thin line between love and hate. Minute man and water breaks. And the kind of garden snakes. Choose your fate.
Produced it myself as well.
I was living a dream with the homies. Focus on the now the future in that ass. Can't tell me you ain't out here having a blast. Yeah, you pretty, you probably even with me, but I need you to turn around and baby, listen close. Back it up for a real.
That sounds good.
Don't
Texamill, streaming on Spotify right now. That's dope. For the full song, you got to go buy the album. So we'll go ahead and cut off right there, man. Just give them a little teaser. Thank you, Chris. Are amazing. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, you can't give them too much.
You can't give all of it.
You can't give
Not
them
all
too
of
much.
it. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Little
Yeah.
rising
Thank
stars. You know, we got rising stars.
Yeah.
Come check us out. We're in the studio. I'm your host, Levi. We have Greg Romero Wilson here. We have Tania Estrada. Thank you guys coming out and tuning in. Also, a shout out to my producer and editor, Chris, who wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Thanks for having us. We're in the studio. Don't forget to smash the subscribe, like, and comment below and share with your friends. We don't want nothing from you. Just laugh with us. Just share some stories with us. Where can people come check you out next up on stage?
Just follow me on Instagram. That's where I post everything. So
We'll stalk you
at
there.
Greg Romero Wilson.
You don't
So,
post your meals on there, I notice.
my meals.
Yeah, you don't post a lot of your a bunch of what you eat. I want to know most
That's
people.
true.
Yeah, you don't. I want to know what you.
I know. I'm stuck doing this comedy thing.
Awesome, man. Well, are we?
I think that's it. I think we're adjourning. I think I think it was a good sesh, dog.
Man, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Tune in. Thank you guys. Awesome. Woo woo.
All right.
Cool, man. Awesome.